Okay, so got this model and it's rigged up, and student wants to know what's wrong with it. Why doesn't it work? The face rig is here. We've got all sorts of problems on here. So the first thing I noticed was I come over and I see that this stuff is referenced in, and there's something funky with the naming. And I've noticed that Advanced Skeleton is fussy with the naming. So we've got to go backwards a step here. We're going to go back to the original rig file. And if I go into Open Scene, I've got it saved somewhere here. I think this is it right here. And then we're going to find some problems. Okay, so naming problems. First thing, this name here, this it says final model semicolon geo. That should be just geo. That's it, nothing else. Okay. There shouldn't be any layers over here. It should be just called geo. Let's just open it up. And is there any subgroups or anything? Also, the names here, I find them not really short. So if I went over to Windows, and here I like looking at everything through the hypergraph, okay, because it lets me spot a few more issues. So what do we got? There's history on this thing, so the final model, and then there's some kind of history node right there. Not sure what that is. There, let's go in and do the file optimize scene size. See if that gets rid of some of these things. Got rid of some of them, but I'm pretty sure these are problematic. This one right here, whatever this is, final model glasses, it's got animation on it. Something is keyframed. Here I can go and show it, and you can see this is going to cause you problems. There's something right there, most likely is keyframed. Actually, I wonder if I open the scene again, I'm just going to go back in recent files, open it up one more time. Curious if the glasses do that right at the get-go. Let's do, come on, you bastard. There we go. And I don't know why it does this, but it does. Shape hidden underworld nodes. Let's find that thing again. I'm just going to hit H. It's still got the same thing. Okay, most likely a keyframe. If I go in here and I grab the vertices right here, I can see the keyframe sitting right there. Okay, and there's another one over here. So there probably shouldn't be any animation in here. Let's go to File or Edit, Delete all by type channels. And as soon as I do that, it just flipped out and went right to the bottom. I can't, it doesn't want to let me do it. No, it did it. Okay, I'm just going to go like this and right click and hit delete. Okay, that's what the problem is here. There's animation on this. I gotta, whatever. I'd probably keep that in a separate file. And then I see this problem here, optimize scene size, all these little kind of ghosty nodes. Got rid of a few. I'm just gonna go in and manually delete them. Okay, these appear to be other modeling things here. Okay, those can be used, that's not a problem. What's this one? This one's got some outputs. It's got, on the body, we've got some wraps. So this is a problem, okay? We shouldn't do this to Advanced Skeleton. It's gonna start to freak out a little bit. This is something I will do after I've got Advanced Skeleton working. Let's go and get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, and what's this one? That's a soft edge. I'm just gonna see if I go and I delete the history. Shift D, did I get rid of anything else? There's this one. And this is outputting to some other piece that's in here. That's weird. I'm just going to take this thing and delete it. Okay, and those are down there. Great. What's this? There's something that's got some kind of transform on it. So, you know, those are your those are your guides for your hair. Those you can keep around. What's this thing? This is a scalp. But there is a way to kind of do this. I'm pretty sure if I go into modify, search and replace names. But I'm just going to say manually do it because I remember that that's tricky and I don't know if I feel like trying to figure it out right now. But if I hit this, tongue, T setup, all those things should be removed, and just keep it really, really simple. As I go this way, I can see there's more. What's that? These are hidden, so just hit H and bring them in. Eyebrow scalps, eyelash scalps. Okay, and they've got a bunch of history on them. There. And what's this? Final model close. Okay, so these clothes can be in here. But again, I can see some weird little junk nodes on them and stuff. Solid polysoft edge. I'm gonna take this, delete the history. That seems to have cleaned up most of the problem. Any simulation stuff I'm going to apply after I've got this all working, okay? So that's cleaning up the scene. Advanced Skeleton doesn't mind if you have some of the pieces out here, but I would make sure that you have, what's this? It's interesting. Oh, it's because I opened it again. Geo. That should be called Geo. No other names, nothing else extra. Just call it Geo, and rename these pieces here. Okay, next thing that I noticed that's a problem. There's another output on this, so it's outputting to something. What about this thing right there? Let's delete the history. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to go edit, delete all by type history. And that should nail the history on everything in here and get rid of any kind of problems. What's this one here? Left, if I hit H, it's just an extra camera. Okay, I'm just going to delete that too. Okay. Now, if I go down here to the body, next problem is you're having problems with the face rig. So let's just do a check here. I'm going to isolate the model. And if I go into select and I use constraints, current and next, and I'll go for faces. Okay, current and next, and there's all quads. So I'm just going to put on n-gons. And now when I go and I hit if, we'll find that there are some n-gons in here. I'm just going to kind of, let's hit 4. Got something going on here and here. So looks like these two are the easiest ones. Let's go inside. I'll hit 5. So you don't have to have total quads, but you shouldn't have an n-gon. Let's go over here and I'll get the multi-cut tool. That's cool. This thing was acting weird earlier. There. And if you really do want to get rid of the triangle, all you really have to do is this. Enter. And then go in and grab this edge and this one and delete them. Okay, and those are quads. Grab its vertice. I can go in and hit select. Where is this one? If I'm going through the menus, grow, boop, there. And then I'll just go over to mesh and I'll hit average vertices a couple of times. Boom, that's fixed. Where's this other one? Let's hit F and I'll go over here so you can spot it. I think it's this one. Okay, and I'm just going to move this to my other window, other monitor. So this one here is the 5-sided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's one on the other side, most likely. I'm just going to grab this edge here, and I'm going to go edge ring, 2 edge ring, and split. I'll get the multi-cut tool out. Multi-cut from here to here. There's another triangle right there. Multi-cut from here to here. There. Actually, I can spot a couple of triangles right away, right here. How do I feel about that? Okay, as long as there's none in these corners. The corners are a little bit stretched in here. Looking good, and then over here it gets funky right there. I'm just looking and thinking if I want to go in and try to fix that. I think you can probably still use advanced skeleton with that, but I got rid of the n-gons. That's the big important thing. Maybe I'll do one more little check. Okay, let's delete the history. I should probably save right now. If I go into, let's go back to select use constraints, and to use constraints, I'm just going to go over here and I'll hit close and reset. Okay, we don't need to look for anything else. I'm going to go into mesh and I'm going to go to the cleanup option, open it up, look for non-manifold geometry. Clean up. And if it went into component mode, it would have immediately, if there was a problem, it would have went into component mode and it would have selected the problem geometry, and you got no problems. So, or now, anyway, this should work. Okay, and I'm just going to save it out, save scene as. I don't think it's going to hook up with that rig. I will put it in here, final model. Okay, underscore, do you want to replace it? Sure. I think the rig probably has to be done over again. I go to open scene and I go to rig number 6 and I hit open. I'm probably just going to have to reference this in again. And yeah, you can see here, it totally gacked. Just remember though, too, is once you're done with the file, or once you've got the rig up and working, it's a really good idea to go into the reference editor, take the model, and file, import objects from reference. Okay, that's when it's done. Because then when you take this whole character rig and you reference it into a scene, that way it doesn't have a nested reference, which becomes a problem if you start using a lot of references. Okay, and I'm going to stop here. There's the how to fix it video. And